Have you ever found yourself double-checking everything, organizing like your life depends on it, or even criticizing yourself to keep yourself on track? This is a part of you that tries to protect you from harm. A manager. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gajana, I'm a psychotherapist, and for years I have been passionate about blending mental health and creativity. And if you have been here before, thanks for joining me again today. This is the 6th video in a series where we explore how to use creative techniques like journaling and collaging to support your mental health and personal growth. Today's video is all about understanding and exploring one of the key protecting roles in internal family system therapy, your manager protector. We will talk about what it is, how it operates, and we will use collage to understand its role in keeping you safe. Before we dive in, let's take a moment to understand the role of protectors in internal family system therapy. Protectors are parts of us that act like guardians to shield ourselves from emotional pain or perceived danger. They come in 2 different versions. The manager protectors that try to protect us by controlling everything and predict the futures. And then the firefighters. They step in crisis to protect us from overwhelming feelings. Both want to keep us safe, but sometimes their methods can cause stress and imbalance. Managers are proactive protectors. They work behind the scenes to try to protect you from vulnerability and feeling overwhelmed. They show up as perfectionism, over-planning, and sometimes harsh self-criticism. And their goal is to avoid situations where you might feel hurt, unsafe by keeping everything in check. For example, imagine you have a big presentation tomorrow at work. The manager protector might step in telling you you have to rehearse at least 10 more times, otherwise you fail and risk your job. While it sounds really critical, this part tries to protect you from feeling the sting of embarrassment and rejection. It really wants to protect you, even when its methods feel intense. Before we continue with our creative exercise, if you enjoyed this video so far and find it helpful, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps other people to find this kind of content, to find creative tools that support their self-reflection and emotional healing. And of course, it will also help to notify you if more of this kind of videos come out. So start by gathering your materials. You need your journal or a blank piece of paper, as always, glue and your scissors. And for today, anything that represents structure, order and control. Look at your craft books, look at magazines, find what speaks to you in regards to your orderly structures, organizing manager. But before you do that, as always, let's start with coming back to ourselves. As always, if you feel safe with that, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And drop a little bit deeper into yourself. Try to bring up a situation in front of your inner eye where a manager protector stepped into your life with comments, with behavior. See if you can find the part inside yourself that tries to structure your life, to make it orderly, to make it manageable, to protect you from any harm and vulnerability. And And if you can see this situation, maybe try to ask your inner manager, what do you want to protect me from? What's your job? What are you trying to do for me? What are your good intentions for me? So what is your fear? If you would not do it, what could happen? Give it time. You might not have a direct answer like you hear a voice or so. You might see images. You might have just a gut feeling. And with this feeling, look through your materials, look through your collage books and see what's speaking to you. Try to create a scene, try to tell the story of the manager from a curious, kind and interesting point of view. Try to find the space inside yourself where you actually really try to understand your manager and the hard job it tries to do for you to keep you safe. Now I would like to share my own process with you to make it a little bit clearer what I'm talking about. When I was sitting with my inner manager parts and was feeling into them, how they try to organize my life and how they show up, I found this very structured piece of graph paper, and I thought that's perfect as the background for my collage. I also found this shield, and protectors try to shield us against painful feelings, so I thought that is also very fitting. I found it to be a little bit large, so I decided to cut it down, that I don't need this round backside. The front here where my protectors try to shield me against painful feelings. I decided I would like to write a letter to my managing team and really had fun with to whom it may concern. Like I took a coffee dyed envelope, like a little envelope, and decided to write a little letter and to attach it in my journal. I would like to tell you a little bit more about the different images. As I said, it's a shield against painful feelings, and it tries to find the key to protect me. And this is the top manager. He or she tries to really get an overview and understand my life as a whole and get everything in order. She is on high alert. And there are many other parts that have qualities, like the ones that can handle Excel sheets, the ones that know how to be on time, the ones that have skills to organize something. And she is contracting all of these parts. And she has a hyper-vigilant part that is constantly scanning around for possible problems, possible moments of overwhelm or humiliation, and so to feed it straight back into the system. And when I went through the magazines, I found this one here. You just don't know what you will stumble across as the creative process unfolds. I found it so fitting for my YouTube videos and the stress that comes with this for me very often. So after I found all the different images, I started writing the letter to my managing team. So dear managing team, and really wrote down that I understand the effort they put into really keeping my life under control and protecting me from all the fears they have. And often it is, if I don't succeed, if I don't manage to the best of my capacity, that it will be humiliating, people will laugh at me, they will withdraw from me. And then after I came to that point, I remembered that I had a look in my sticker book at one point, and that this head with the many bits and pieces in it also sounded like or looked like a fitting piece for my manager in the beginning. But then I decided not to, but went with the clocks here. This one here is the word is missing. My goodness, the word is missing. A compass to find north the entire time. That my managers are very, very busy trying to find the right direction, what is the right thing to do. And so I thought that is a good thing to go into my collage. And as an old junk journal, I had used my Distress Oxide ink to go around the corners. And here you can see my manager in action, trying to figure out where north is, so that north will be up. It's really funny to see this. Yeah, and then as a next one, here I have this stopwatch, like really measuring success, measuring time, wanting to know how long things need. And yeah, that is another good addition for my managers. And of course time, always time, like I'm always under time pressure, I'm always running. These are my managers. Yeah. And here I have the corner in the bottom, and I thought this is nice actually to reflect on what do they want to protect me from. So, and what are you afraid of could happen if you don't? And I was sitting with that. What are they protecting, or who are they protecting? And when I was sitting with that, I remembered from a different collage the little seahorse. And I remembered my little sticker book here with the seahorse in it. And so I thought, I will see if the seahorse can inspire me to be in contact with the part that is underneath, that the managers try to protect from feeling afraid and feeling alone. In other psychotherapeutic modalities, we call it our unconscious or so, to see what is underneath and to get in contact with that. And I found this little underwater world inside of me, like a couple of anxious little seahorses, some fishes that are there, and I found the red octopus also from the previous collage. That is one of my managers to protect me from all of this. When you feel it's finished for today, take a moment to take a step back and again look at your entire collage. Look at the process of creating this collage. Look at what your manager's ultimate goal for you is. And how does it feel when you acknowledge its effort? By giving it this visual representation, it is providing an opportunity for a communication between you and your parts, so that you get to know this part more deeply in your heart, and this allows you to appreciate its efforts more. And then see how it feels when you're letting it know that you can see it, that you can value it. Check in with that part, how it feels. If you manage to stay connected to yourself and have the communication with your parts from that point, it helps our parts to feel seen and valued. It helps them to relax and with that interfere less destructively or disruptively in your life. Understanding your manager helps you to appreciate its role, and this in return helps the manager to relax its effort a little bit, because it understands it doesn't have to do everything alone. You are with it. In our next video we will explore another protector, the firefighters. These parts react quickly and intensely and come in an emotional crisis. If this is interesting for you, please don't forget to subscribe so you will be informed when the next video comes out. And until then, take care of yourself and your parts and keep creating.